Well, very good morning, guys. So fine. So last day we just been discussing about the concept of the calling procedures, right? We are learning about calling stored procedures from the application. So to call the stored procedures, first we defined 4 procedures in the code. And I defined one simple procedure and explained you the code. And again, I defined the 4 procedures to perform all the activities. And finally, we stopped designing a form there. We designed a form. So this is the form what we just designed with all the required controls and whatever it is. Okay. Now let's see implementing the logic. Let us see implementing the logic for this. See guys, remember, if at all you just wanted to implement the required logic here, if at all you just want to implement the logic, already if you recollect, you know how to work with the file picture box control, how to load an image into the picture box. In the ADO.NET classes only, I just given you an explanation about how to load images into picture box. We learned about that already in the ADO.NET classes. Okay, first in the load image, I want to load the image into the picture box first. Okay, I just wanted to do that. Okay, we'll see. Let's when you click on the load image, what it has to open file dialog for selecting an image. So go to the toolbox, dialogs, and in the dialogs, you'll find open file dialog. Okay. So now what you're required to do, you're just required to go for click on the load image, and you're required to implement the logic for selecting an image. You're required to write the logic for selecting an image. And the code for selecting the image, if you recollect, we already learned about that code in our Windows programming. So how to? First, you need to set a filter. You need to set a filter. What type of images you want? JPG, bitmap, all files. Okay. Next, you're required to call the dialog result. After that, if the OK button is clicked, we are going to pick the file name. And I want to capture. So declare this first. Declare this. Actually, if I declare it here, the scope is only within the block. But I want the image in the insert and update. So I just want to go for a global declaration. So all of you observe. String image path is equals to some empty string. I'm just declaring the image path as some empty string and I'm loading it. Finally, I'm just going to bring the image into the picture box. This code already explained to you in the Windows programming to you. I'm not telling you newly. Yeah, click load. Just a second here. The copy paste problem there. Load image. Opens you the open file dialog. Select an image. Go to images. Select some image. That image should come there. Okay, now that image is coming there. Now I will enter some values here and I will just insert it in a table. Okay. So right now, how many records are present in our table? I think we have 13 or 14 records in the table already. Yeah, 13. We have 13 records. Now I wanted to a new record. This text box should be non-editable now. Set the read-only property as true. Set the read-only property as true. Once set the tab index. Yeah, this should be 0, 1, 2. From here, I want load image, insert, select, update, delete, clear, close. I'm setting the tab index to the controls. Okay. Set the read-only property of which text box? Text box 1. That is enumber text box. As read-only. Yeah, set the read-only property of text box 1. That is the enumber text box is read-only. And add a open file dialog control. Add a open file dialog control on the form text box as read only, comma, set the for image also is setting one property, remember? What is the property? Border style as fixed single, set the border style. Not important. What is important is our size mode. Set the size mode property of picture box as what a value? Stretch. Okay. Set the read-only property of text box 1. Read-only property of text box 1 as that is enumber text box is read-only. Sorry, as a true. Read-only should be true. That's the first thing you do. Okay. Second what? Size mode. Set the size mode property of picture box as what? Stretch. And also the border style and also set and also border style as fixed single. Yeah, these are the settings what you're required to do for. Next. Set the for this button here. We have one more button there, cancel button, clear image button. Set the set the text property of clear image button. You understand what is the clear image button? On the top I have clear image button as empty string. Set it as empty string means don't have any value, or remove the or delete the text property value, the text property value of clear image button. That is, it should be empty string. It should be empty string. And next, set the what property did I set? Image background image property. Set the background image property. Set the background image property with what image? Cancel image. I already given you images. In that image, you'll have the images folder. Okay. So it is present under the icons folder. Present in icons folder, which is provided to you. I already provided. It's in the Google Classroom. I uploaded. You can just in the Windows only I said you. Next, and also set the background image layout. Background image layout property as center. Then what you'll do? Add a open file dialog control on the form and then write the below code in code view. Yeah, guys. Yeah, the first thing. Set the read-only property of text box 1. That is, enum text box is true. Set the size mode property of picture box as stretch and also border style property as fixed single. Next, what you do? Delete the text property value. Delete the text property value of clear image button. Which control? Clear image button. That is, it should be empty string. Just to delete off. It should be empty string, guys. Next, set the background image property with cancel image. Set it with the cancel image, and that is present in the icons folder which is provided to you. And also set the background image layout property as center. Background image layout property as center. Add a open file dialog control the form and write the below code in code view. Is that clear, all of you? Okay, fine. We have done all the required settings to it. All the required settings to it, and now already written the code for load image. Okay. Now basically the requirement is yeah. Now the requirement is I want to enter a name now, Matthews. Okay, job. Job is going to be a salesman. Salary, some 20,000 something, entering. Okay. Now click on load image. Now select an image from your hard disk. I have some images here. I'll use some image or something. Are you clear? Now I'll click on insert button. What should happen? These four values. What are the four values? Name, job, salary, photo should go to database. Call the insert procedure. And remember the code in the insert procedure, we're generating a unique employee number. All the values will sit in the table. So finally, the employee number should come back and show in the E number text box. Is it clearer or not? So how to send the image to the database, sir? If at all you want to send an image to the database, all of you clearly listen. If you want to send the image to the database, the image should be first converted into binary or byte array. Not only image here, image, audio, video, any of these things can be stored in the database. But if at all you want to do that, first you're required to convert this into a binary or a byte array. It should be converted into a binary or a byte array format. And after converting them into a binary or a byte array format, then only we can send it to the database for storing. So that is the first important thing. We just required to convert into what? A binary or a byte array format. So how are we going to convert this into binary or a byte array format? I'll tell you. We'll just discuss on this. Okay. So let me start the coding. So I'll show you each and everything in detail. To work with this, I need system.configuration, system.data.sql client. And now I need one connection. I need one command. So guys, I taken one connection, I taken one command. Now come to load event. In the load event, string constr is equals to configuration manager dot connection strings of SQL constr dot connection string con equal to new cmd is equals to new. We can create a command like this and pass on all the values individually. Na? cmd dot connection equals to con. cmd dot command text is equals to. Now guys, command text is equals to procedure name. Earlier command text is equals to. We used to write a statement there, select or insert or update. But now we require to write the procedure name there. But which procedure? We have four procedures to call. Did you understand my point or not? Do we have one procedure or four procedure? In select button, I require to call select procedure. In insert button, I require to call insert procedure. In update button, I require to call update procedure. In delete button, I require to call delete procedure. So is it the same procedure I need to call for all means? No, it's not the same procedure. It's a different procedure what you just require to call in each and every scenario or in each and every case. Are you following me or not? So that's what you need to call a different stored procedure in this case now. So if at all you just wanted to call a different stored procedure in this particular case, so how do we do that? How are we going to call a different procedure for performing this thing now? So don't specify the command text now. Don't specify. How to do that, I'll tell you. But yesterday I explained you this one, remember? To call procedures, we're required to set this property. Yes or not? The code, whatever I write on the form load is fixed here, that won't change again. That is creating a reading connection string, creating connection object, creating command object, binding the connection with command, setting the command type is all fixed code. But command text will change. You remember in our previous example also, command text is changing. Select or insert or update or delete. That's why I did not write the command text in the load event. Then where you will write it, sir? Actually, when you guys click on the select button, listen, when you guys click on the select button here, I'll say cmd.command text is equals to employee underscore select. When you guys click on, insert button, I will say insert. When you guys click on update, when you click on delete, are you clear? I'm going to tell the procedure name before. I'm going to tell the procedure name on the click. When you click, then it will tell you which procedure should be executed in that particular place. So that's what I have just done. That's why I did not write in the load event. I was writing in the click of the button. Are you clear with the code in the form load event? Yes or not? Now let us start with insert. Let us start with insert code here. We'll try to write the code for insert. Guys, we learned about exception handling, but we never used it anytime. Come on, it's a time to understand using of exception handling in our applications. Catch exception EX and try to display some message to user here if anything fails. See all of you, what I'm showing? Exception message, error message, okay, error icon. Okay, and also finally, generally, remember finally block, the code you write in the finally block will never skip the execution, mandatory execution, remember? Generally, what code you write in the finally, all the code for a destruction should be written in the finally. Means the very important statement what you write is con dot. That is the place where you write con dot close. Why? Remember here, no one can skip from the finally. So compulsory connection close will execute. So tomorrow, if there is an exception in the try block, if there is any exception in the try block after opening a connection, there is an exception. When there is an exception, the rest of the blocks of code will not execute. But compulsory finally will execute. Remember, whatever happens, connections will safely close to you. Let's say the best thing what you do is in the finally is always con dot close. We'll be closing up the connections in that place. Is that clear? Okay. Now come on. Let's come to here. Now see, to call a procedure, 4 steps. Create a command, set the command text, completed. Creating a command and setting the command text is completed. Second step, set the command type, that is also completed. In the form load we are written off. Creating a command and setting the command text is also completed. Setting the command type is also completed. Then what next, sir? We have only third and fourth steps now. What is third step? In the previous example, we don't have third step because we don't have parameters. But now we have third step. What is the third step? The third step is passing values to the parameters. Passing values to the parameters. Are you clear? How to pass the values to the parameters? Okay, listen carefully. How to pass the values to the parameters? Parameters are 2 types. What are the 2 types? Input parameters, output parameters. Parameters of a store procedure. Okay, there are 2 different types of parameters, guys. The first one is input parameter and the second one is output parameter. Okay. Every parameter of a procedure has 5 attributes associated with it. Every parameter of a procedure has 5 attributes associated with it. What are the 5? First one, name of the parameter. @number, @name, @job, @salary. That is the name. Second one, value. What is the value you need to send if the parameter is input, or the value you are expecting if the parameter is a output. If it is input, what are you sending? If it is output, what are you expecting? Next, DB type. What is the data type of the parameter in the database? E-number, int, e-name, varchar. Correct? Photo, var-binary. Status, bit. That is what the data type. Next, size. Size of data, int is there, 4 bytes, money, 8 bytes, varchar. Some size will give 50 characters or something, that is the size. Next, direction. The direction is again, that's what you know. Okay. Now tell me, who is calling the procedure in your application? Are you directly calling? Command is calling. What is me directly calling? You directly calling means in SQL Server classes after writing a procedure, your teacher have taught how to call the procedure. Do you remember? Execute procedure name. You are calling. But here I am not calling the procedure. Who is calling? Command is calling the procedure. So because command is calling the procedure, what is my responsibility? You know, my responsibility is I need to pass on all the values to command. I need to pass on all the values to command, and command will take the values to database. Did you understand me? To whom I should give all the values? Command means I need to add all the values under command. Command will take them to database. When you are adding the values under command, listen, when you are adding the values under command, if your parameters are input, add input parameters and send to database. If your parameters are output, add output parameters and send to the database. Did you understand? You need to add input parameters also. You need to add output parameters also. How to add, I'll tell you. But just watch. I'll show you a picture. Focus on it. Under command, 5 parameters are added. What are 5? E-name, job, salary, status. And customer ID. Customer ID is also added there. 5 parameters totally. Understood me? These, oh, just a minute. We are working with a different table here. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. That changed out. What are the 5? E-name, job, salary, photo. Now all the values goes to procedure. What will come back? E-number. Did you understand the picture? I'm talking with you only. Are you clear? So all these values will go as an input, and finally what will come back? The employee number. So what should I do first? Add everything under command. Call the procedure. This will go in input and output will come. That's it. So now we need to add the parameters. How many parameters? 5. 4 inputs, 1 output. Now, how to add an input parameter? How to add an input parameter? All of you, concentrate. When you are adding an input parameter, to add input parameter under command, call the method. The name itself is telling you add with value input. We need to pass the value, add with value. Are you clear? By passing the required attribute values. What attribute should I pass? I need to pass the name attribute, guys. I need to pass the name attribute. And also I need to pass the value. Parameter name, @name, value, what is the value? So don't we require the DB type? Actually, it has a specialty. What specialty? If you pass a value, based on the value, it can recognize the DB type. You pass a value, based on the value to recognize the DB type. You're passing 10 integer, you're passing hello string, it'll recognize automatically. So do I require this data type means, yes, but option, but conditions apply. I'm putting a star there. What is that? Only in case value is null. Did you understand me? If you pass a value, no need to tell the DB type here, because values are where means it will recognize the DB type automatically. No value, then it cannot recognize the DB type. Then I should tell. Are you clear? Size. No need size. Why? Array, if it can recognize the DB type, it can recognize size also. Type recognition only possible means size recognition not possible. Huh? But in case of null, why size required? Did you get my point or not? So I'm sorry, guys. It's no. It is no. No need size. Why? Based on value, DB type will be recognized. If DB type is recognized, size is also recognized. If value is null, we'll tell the DB type, yes or not. If value is null, size not required. Nah. What is size for value? Null. For null doesn't require a size. Direction. Do I require to specify the direction? No. Why, sir? Because input is the default direction. Input is the default direction. So shall I add the input parameters first? We have 4 input parameters. We'll add them now. Come on, let's see how to add. Which method I should call, I said? Add with value. It takes 2 things. First one, parameter name, @ename. Second one, parameter value. The parameter value is the value of the text box. Pass the text box value to it now. Same way, add. Second one, job. Third one, salary. Text box 3, text box 4. What next here? Photograph. The next thing is photograph. Photograph, selecting the photograph is not mandatory. I may select, I may not select. Did you understand my point or not? A photograph may be selected, may not be selected. If photograph is selected, convert into binary and send. If photograph is not selected, send a null. Is that clear? How do I know photograph is selected or not? If img path, you declared a variable on the top, remember? Dot trim, dot length is greater than 0. Means if there is any value in that variable, which variable? Sorry, in this field, which field? img path. Where you are assigning the value? I'm assigning the value in the loader. In the load, I'm assigning a value now. If I don't load an image, what will happen? Null will, empty string, not null, empty string will be there. That only I'm checking in my condition. What condition? Image path dot trim dot length greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, image is available. Convert into binary. Convert into binary now. How, sir? How to convert into binary? Binary or byte array? How to convert? Actually, there in the system.io namespace, there is a class called file. Under that, there is a method called read all bytes. Read all bytes. For this, you're required to pass the path of the file. What is the path of the file? Image path. You guys observe what this method will do, you know? It will take the path of the file and reads the content of the file into, see, byte array. It's going to read into byte array now. So guys, I just wanted to do a small thing. What's it? Byte array, image data is equals to null. I'm declaring a byte array, image data is equals to null. Okay, I'm just declaring a byte array. For what? For storing the image. For storing the image. Now come here. img data equals to. What is img data? Byte array. Now the value will automatically come into this. Once the value comes, what next? cmd dot parameters dot add with value. @ photo, comma, img data. That's all. Passing that to database. Did you understand the code? First I'm checking image is available or not. Yes, available. Convert into binary. After converting into binary, I'm sending it to the database. And which class I used? File class. Which namespace? System.io. Without writing here, let's import the namespace. Guys, when you are importing a namespace, say type a file there. Error coming. Why? You did not prefix or import the namespace. The simplest way how you can do, right click on the class. If you know the class name confidently and type the class name, right click on that and simply say quick actions and refactorings. You'll be getting some, it'll show you options here. And here see, what is it selecting? Using. If you click on that, that will only write the using statement to you on the top. That only will write the using statement to you on the top. Go and see. Understood or not? This is the easiest way how you can just do it. Wait here. Why you worried? Why do you want to know the taste before eating it only? Wait. Okay. So this is what else. Else means image is available or not available? Not available. No image. No image means I need to send a null to the database. What should I send? Null. How? cmd.parameters.add with value. Which column? Photo. Be careful, all of you. Null means not your C# null. It should be DB null. The C# null is different. Database null is different. So you don't write null. If you write null, you'll face the problem. What is it? Right? DB null. And one thing just now I explained you. If value is null, you need to tell the DB type. That's what I said you. Yes, when in case value is null, I require to tell the DB type now. How do you tell? Watch. There is a fourth parameter you added under command now. There is a fourth parameter you added under command. So cmd.parameters, when I say cmd.parameters, refers to all the parameters of 3. Fourth parameter. Otherwise, if you feel confusion, directly write @photo. Referring to which parameter? Photo parameter. Dot SQL DB type is equals to tell the data type. What is the data type? Var binary. Yes or not? That is C# data type or SQL server data type? SQL server data type, not C# data type. So you require to write var binary. C# doesn't understand var binary. So that's why all the data types of SQL server are listed to you under one enum called SQL DB type. That is a enum, and that enum will contain all the data types that are available in SQL server. You can write SQL DB type dot var binary. Okay. So are you clear adding input parameter? With value, without value. With value, no need DB type. Without value means null. You need to tell the DB type. But name is compulsory every time. If value is there, specify the value. If value is null, specify the DB type. These two not required because the default direction is input. Am I clear? What next? Output parameter. We need to add output parameter. To add output parameter under command, call the method add by pass add. Call the method add by passing the required attribute values. They'll be having it out. Sir, what values should I pass? Now you tell me. For an output parameter, do I require to specify the name or not? Name is compulsory. Do I specify the value or not? Come on, fast. No, yaar. If you send value, what it will do? Output, yaar. Use your common sense. Input, output. When you send, you're expecting. Then why will you send a value? You're expecting a value. DB type. Yes. Why? No value DB type is mandatory. Already we discussed. No value DB type is mandatory. Size. Yes. Just a minute. What's it? Only in case value is of type, only in case of variable and types means varchar. In SQL for varchar, you need to specify size mandatory or optional. That's what. For int and all, we don't specify the size. For varchar, only you specify the size. That's what. Varchar, varchar, for all those things, you're required to specify the size. Direction. You are required to specify the direction? Yes. Because default is input. Now you guys understand me? If your parameter is a fixed length, now come on, look at that and tell me what attributes are required. Name. Follow the sequence. DB type, yeah, your eyes are working, huh? Follow it. Next. Direction. No need size, that's what I'm telling. Use your common sense. When did I say direction? Sorry, when did I say size? Variable length. Here, what I asked you? Fixed length. Now, if it is a variable length, now, name, DB type, size, direction. Are you clear? Our employee number is integer, fixed length only, no need size for us. But tomorrow, if you are expecting a string or something, then size is mandatory. Means for fixed length, if I specify a size, no mistake. For a fixed length, if I specify a size, no problem here. Even though you don't specify also, no problem. Specify also, no problem. But for variable length, mandatory. Understood? Okay, so let us see how to add output parameter. Watch on. I'm adding an output parameter. cmd.parameters.add. Understand the difference. Add with value, add. We are not adding with value here. We are only adding the parameter. Okay. What is the first thing? Parameter name. What is parameter name? Employee number. Comma. DB type. Again, SQL DB type dot int. Okay, now? Third one, size, mandatory or optional? Optional because it's fixed length. Okay, nothing here. It's an overloaded method. It is an overloaded method. You have an overload method with a parameter name and DB type. You have an overloaded method with a parameter name, DB type and size also. So let us pass off this size so that tomorrow it will be an indication for us. In case of variable lengths also, we'll do it compulsory. Okay, let us make it mandatory so that you won't forget again for variable length types. Next what? Direction. How to specify the direction? Dot. Direction is equals to. You're required to specify the direction. What directions are available? Input, output. You know this sooner? But tomorrow if you are working with Oracle, you also have a direction called as input, output. What is input, output? In-out in C#. Input, output, in-out we have now. SQL Server doesn't support this, but in Oracle, we have in-out. But here we don't have in-out here. But that is also available. Fourth option, so you are calling a store procedure. Tomorrow if you want to call a function, functions will not have output parameters. Functions will have return values. You learned in SQL, function will have return values. So all of you carefully follow me. We'll have all the directions, 4 directions actually. All the directions are stored for you under one enum. What is the name? Return value, input, output, input, output. What do you want now? What do you want now? Output. It is output. Okay, this is how you add output parameter. Now see, I am done with adding all my parameters. I am done with adding all my parameters. Okay. once this is finished, what you'll do? Con dot open. Query procedure, non-query procedure. Non-query. So the method is execute non-query. The execute non-query return type is integer, number of rows affected. If cmd dot execute non-query greater than 0, success or failure? Come on. Success or failure? It's a success. If it is a success, I just wanted to display a success message there. If it is a success, I just want to display a success message over there. If it is a failure, no. If it is a success, no need to display any success message here. If it is success, display the employee number in the text box. That's all. You will get the employee number back na. Display that in the text box. Text box 1.text is equals to cmd dot parameters of which parameter? Dot. Now you get the value. You send all the things, value will come back now. Value is which type? Object. So dot toast. The value is assigned to the text box now. Is that clearer, all of you? Yes or not? Okay, so we are just going to do that. So yeah, I'm not writing this if condition, guys. Reason, anyhow, we have our code in the try catch block. If there is any error, automatically it goes to the catch block. So no need any condition check. We have try catch, ignore it. And directly what you're doing, say? And once the value comes into the text box, the first immediate thing is img data should be set as null and img path should be set as empty string. Why, sir? If you don't do this, for next student, what happened, I did not select image. For next student, first student, I selected image. Next student, I did not select the image. The previous image will go to database now. Are you clear? To resolve that problem, what I'm doing? I'm clearing up. Insert completed now. This student image is cleared off. Why? It is already in the database. I don't require it here anymore. Point clearer or not? Okay. So that's why immediately I am clearing. If everything is fine, okay, the employee number will come back and show you. If anything wrong, it'll show you the exception. But in both the two cases, one thing is commonly done. What is that? Closing the connection. The connection gets closed for you automatically. Shall we try this? Come on. A breakpoint, all of you. I'm just putting a breakpoint there. We'll understand the step-by-step coding. Step-by-step execution. Yeah. Matthew. Salesman. 20,000. Load image. Click on watch. You're setting the procedure name. Next, adding the name, job, salary, checking the image is available or not. Yes, came inside, converted into binary. Check it out. This is your image path. That's your image path. Byte array. Binary format. 5289 bytes. Okay, next. Adding the output parameter. Opening the connection. Execute non-query. If any error comes, it will jump to catch. Did not go. So success. And now, (1013) is our last record now. 1014 is the new record what is generated. Okay. And if everything is perfect, image is cleared off. then connection is closed. I'll show you in the database. Hold on. Are you clearer? Suppose now I wanted to go for a new image. If at all I just want to go for a new record, I can insert a new record now. Are you clearer or not? I can insert a new record into that. Okay, we did not write the code for clear. In the clear, we need to clear everything for inserting a new record. Clearer or not? But one thing understand. If I click on insert for one more time, what will happen? It will try to insert the same record again. It generates 1015. Primary key violation won't come. Did you understand me or not? What will happen? It is just going to go for clears everything. Sorry, it will insert of the same record and 1015 will come. Okay. Now we have a small problem. I did not write the code for clear button. We need to clear and insert. But if I try to click on the insert, the same record will go to database again and 1015 has to be generated. How to restrict that we'll discuss. But meanwhile, just if you click on insert, all of you carefully observe. Adding all the things now. But now it went to else part. Did you notice it? Array, now it went to else part. Why? Image is not selected. Image is not selected. We cleared the image already in the previous. Okay. Now, when I call open, connection open, execute non-query will give you an error. It's not a primary key violation. It will give you an error. What error? Too many arguments specified. What is this? If you recollect yourself one day when we worked with list controls, I shown you one example. Remember, if I select a quarter, the corresponding months will come in the next drop down. Quarter 1, Jan, Feb, March, quarter 2 like this. On that day, you remember when I select quarter 1, 3 are added. When I selected quarter 2, another 3 are added for it. Why? We call a method called add. Items dot add. Add what it will do? It will append. It won't override. What will do? First time when I click on the insert, 5 parameters are added under command, right? Now again another 5 parameters are added here. Totally 10 parameters are there. That is why it is telling you too many arguments. Clear? First time error won't come. When will the error come? Second time onwards. And to resolve that problem, do you remember on that day code? Before adding the values, I cleared the old values. Items dot clear, and then I added the values. Same thing only I should do here also. If you don't want to face the error in the second time, what you do? Before you add the parameters, always make the habit of this will first clear all the old parameters and then add you the new parameters freshly. Understood or not? Okay, so that's what. Every time before parameter add, I will always say cmd.parameters.clear. Okay, yeah, well, we'll fix this problem here. What problem? Again, if I click on insert, there's a problem, right? Yes or not? Again, if I click on the insert, that is a problem. To avoid this, first let me go to the clear button. I will clear all the controls first. Okay, clearing all the text boxes. Next, picture box 1 dot image is equals to null. I am removing the image in the picture box now. Next, img path is equals to empty string. Img data is equals to null. I am resetting up all the values, guys. Okay, I'm resetting up all the values. All this I'm just going to do. Okay, and this one, look all of you. By default, this insert button, I will make it as enable false. Array insert button enabled is false. And now when you click on the clear button, what should happen? btn insert dot enabled is equals to True. And once the insert is completed, all of you, once the insert is completed successfully, btn insert dot enabled is equals to, I explained you this already. I'm not telling you newly now. Just a minute. Here we need to add that also. What? Cancel button and also set the background image layout. Next, set the enabled property of insert button as false. Okay, now, so whatever property settings you require to do, everything I mentioned in the note. Carefully set all the properties at the time of designing. After designing, you just do all the settings there. Okay, now you can try again. Now shall I insert without an image? Final, I'll show you in the database. Okay. Job analyst. Some 22,000 or some 20,000. Actually, by default, this insert button is in the disabled. So unless I click on the clear, that is not going to enable. Until and unless I click on the clear, that is not going to enable. Or otherwise, without a clear option, better use a new button. As we done earlier, remember, new button. Click on the new. Should provide the insert button to enable. Understood my point or not? Put a new button so that the insert button should be enabled. Let's do that there. So first I want a new. When you click on the new, what should happen? The insert button should come into action. Are you clearer? Okay. So without putting two buttons, shall we write the logic like this? The button initial caption will be new. Are you clear? The button initial caption will be new. When you click on that, it will make you ready for inserting. It will make you ready for inserting. Once insert is completed, again it will change after new. Did you understand me? Okay. What I'm trying to tell is, look, otherwise, I am showing in a different style. Different ways of writing coding, guys. For example, I'm not setting the enabled property as false. I'm not setting the enabled property as false. The button caption, initially, I'm putting it as new. Is that clear? What is the initial caption? New. When you click on the new, the caption should change to insert. The caption should change to insert. When you click on insert, what should happen? It should insert the record and change to new again. Understood? So, in my code, watch what I'm doing. If btn insert, the button name I put as insert, dot text is equals to new. If the text equals to new, else means second option, insert. Yeah, all of you. If it is new, what I'll do? I will clear everything. Or if it is new, what I'll do? I will clear everything. I'm just going to clear everything now. Or otherwise we'll change the name of this button to new initially without confusion. Okay, btn new.text is equals to new. What are you doing? Everything. Picture box 1.image is equals to null. Okay, now clearing all the text boxes, and now you are telling btn new dot text is equals to means insert code will execute only in the insert. When the caption is insert only, it will execute. When the caption is new, insert code won't execute now. Are you clearer or not? So why did you do that, sir? I'll show you. Why did I do that? Watch. Just let us not make it enable false here. Is enable false. I'm removing it. See, to achieve something, we can write code in different varieties. To achieve something, we can write code in different varieties. Which one you feel better, choose it. See now, initially what do you have? A new button. When you click on the new, changes to insert button. This changes to the insert button. And after changing to the insert button, now the code in this will execute. Okay, now I'll get error. One more thing I missed up. What is that? Text box 2 dot focus. I missed it. So click new, changes to insert. Now I'm just going to enter analyst. Click on insert. Now see it is inserting now. Are you clear? So record inserted in the table. Record inserted off in the table. Once the record inserted in the table, this caption should change after new again. Did you follow me or not? This caption should change after new again. So once insert action is completed, what you'll do? Go to finally block and write btn new dot text equal to change after new. That caption will change after new. So you click on the new again. What will happen? It won't insert. What is your problem here? Second time if you click on insert, it is inserting a record. That is only the problem. But if the text is new, it won't insert. What it will clear? It will only clear and it tells you enter a record. Then I will insert. Okay? Okay, I'll show you one more time. Meanwhile, let's connect to SQL and check whether these records are inserted or not. Yeah, actually guys, you don't require to go to SQL here. Run your previous form. If record is inserted, it should show there. You got the image also, see? Not showing full image. How to do that, I'll tell you. But image is there. How to get the full image, we'll discuss about it. Ignore it. But now you can see the full image there. Stored. The records are stored in the database. I'll show you an SQL server also, guys. Hold on. I'll show you an SQL server also. I deleted off the records. The records are not there. Now let us try doing it properly. Okay. Both the two records. So right now. Oh. Come on. Let's do it. Set our. Now. Oh, not 14. It is 14. I'm sorry. Now you can watch carefully. So first, I'm inserting Matthew. Job. Salesman. Oh, sorry. First we should click on new for performing a insert. First we should click on the new to perform a insert. So click new. Now start entering the record. Matthew. Job is salesman. Salary just going to give the salary value some 15,000. Click on load image. Select an image. Click on, see now, it is insert. Because it is insert, it will insert the record now. It is going to execute and the record is inserted in the table. And this caption changed off to new. So now tell me, do you have a chance of clicking on this and again and insert? You can do now. See, if you click on the new now, what will happen? It will clear everything and put the focus in the name and tell you enter the new record. Because already insert is completed. Already insert is completed. I'm just entering Diana, analyst, 18,000. And now without image, we did not debug in now I will debug. See, insert, come on. First, all the old parameters are cleared. Next, adding up. See now, image is not there. So enter else part. Sending you null employee number, execute query, and just going to load you the value 1015. Are you clearer? Now go to SQL Server and also verify whether your values came there or not. What's the database name? Which table you are inserting? It will store you in a binary format. It will store you in a binary format. Otherwise, you say select star from table name. A binary data. So the image is present in the database now. But what about the rest? The rest of all the employees' images will update. Array, already we have null is there. Okay, we have an update feature now. In update feature, I'll update all the images. Okay, but if you want to update, the first important thing is you're required to perform a select first. Then only you can update. First, you need to select. What do you mean? What I mean is, look, when I run this, click on the select button. Should open input box. Already explained you how to launch input box to you. Input box and ask you enter employee number. I will enter the employee number. It should select and get me the data and show me in my application. I will make my changes and click on delete to delete it. Sorry, click on update to update it. Are you clear? So first what should happen? Input box has to launch. And how to launch this input box, already I explained you the code for you in the previous classes. So first I'm writing using static Microsoft dot Visual Basic dot. What is that? We're importing a class or namespace. Brainless fellows. Class here. Concentrate on the code. Static written there now. What are you watching? I'm importing a class, not a namespace. Why? I want to use only one method of the class. For that, importing a namespace all not required. I want only one method of one class. Which class? Interaction class. So using static Microsoft.VisualBasic.interaction. And now come to select. And here, before this, what you'll do? Try to ask the user to enter a value. So have a look. No need. For that input box, you're calling the input box. Enter employee number to search. The value comes into this one. Remember, say tomorrow if the user doesn't enter value or the user enter wrong value, problem now, what is it enter is only integer. So what to do first? First convert into integer. First convert the value into integer. How to convert? By calling the method try parse. The converted value will be in the E number. If conversion pay success, true, otherwise false. So if check it out, the same code we already written earlier. If conversion success, call the procedure. If conversion failed, show a message to user. What message? Array, please enter integer value. Employee number should be integer value. Conversion error. Message box dot okay. Message box dot error. So now you run this now, all of you. You see, as explained earlier, if I enter here hello, conversion error, I'm just going to enter 12.34. Or I don't enter any value. All these things will give you error. If I enter value 1005, no error. It went to if condition now. In the if condition, write the code for calling the procedure. Write the code for calling the procedure now. Did you understand me? So let us see calling the procedure now. Okay, we'll call the procedure. Call this procedure. What parameters should I send? Remember the procedure has two parameters. What are the two? Employee number and status. And in this example, guys, remember what you are going to deal only with the active records. So status value should always be true. And employee number, we ask the user now, user will enter the employee number and I should send. If I pass these two values, it will fetch me the record based on the employee number and status. Do you remember? Last class I explained to you. 4 conditions were written there. Don't pass anything. Pass only number. Pass only status. Pass both. If you pass both, it will fetch you the single record based on the status. So, look here. cmd.parameters. Don't forget that before adding parameters, always call clear. cmd.parameters. Add with value. What are the parameters should send? Employee number. What is the value? E number. Second one, and this is fixed, guys. That is fixed. Is the point clear? This value is fixed. Understood? What should I send? True. Why? You can only update active records. You cannot update any inactive records. So that is a fixed value that is always sent true only there. Okay. Now your procedure is a query procedure or on-query procedure? Query. It's a query. Means you want to just go for loading the data. Data reader or data setter. Choice is yours. If you want data reader, call execute reader. If you want data set, create a adapter and call fill method. Did you understand me or not? Okay, I want data set. I want a data set. Array, no problem here. You can use anything you like. Actually, in my notes, I just used a data set only. I remember. So I used a data reader. No problem. Anything can be used if you want. If you want a data set also, as soon as I shown you, create a adapter, pass a command, data will load up into data set. Okay. Okay. In my code, I shown you as data reader. No problem. Whatever you want. So first, which class? One data reader object. Come here. Con dot open. Con dot open. Okay. dr is equals to cmd dot execute reader. If dr dot read means if data is present, text box 1 dot text is equals to dr of employee number dot string name job, salary, text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, text box 4. Okay. Guys, when you're writing this code, when you're just writing this particular code, database code in the if condition, use a try, catch, exception, ex, finally, con dot, close. And if exception occurs, a message to user. What message? Array, ex dot message here. That's all. Okay. And one more thing. If dr not read is false, then also a message. What message? There is no employee existing with the given number. There is no employee existing with the given number. See, no employee exists with the given number. I have only copy pasted error messages. That's all. I did not copy paste any logic. Logic I have written to you. What I copy pasted is only the messages. Now you say select. Don't enter value. Will tell you error, conversion error. Enter a wrong value. Any wrong value. Enter 1020. Existing or not existing? Louder. Okay. Enter 1005. Existing or not existing? That's what I've done. I check all the conditions here. Present, not present, wrong values. If you don't check the conditions properly, tomorrow errors will come in application now. If everything is perfect, I got it. Clear? Suppose I'm just going to give 1020 and click on OK. No employee existing there. No issues. Now I'm entering 1014. 1014 has an image now? Yes or not? That image also should come here. We did not still write the code for that image. We still did not write the code for that image loading there. I'll just tell you. In next class, I'll show you how the image has to be loaded. And afterwards, we'll check out how to do an update and how to do a delete. Is that clear? Let's stop there, guys. We'll meet on Monday.